Hey everybody!
Hey everybody!
And we haven't posted any videos in 6 or 7 weeks, and it's because the life has been so intense for us, and it has built up a lot of stress between us, everything that we've been going through. So we made a big decision.
So the big decision after those weeks, we had talked about it before, but we decided to give ourselves time apart, to actually spend the summer in different locations. And this is why we're now in Sedona, and this is where I'm going to be for the next, we plan on it being until the end of summer. As you all know, life always changes our plans, but we can only make plans and then go from there. So that's the plan. Dan drove us for 2 days, and we arrived yesterday. The little bit of the bummer is that the place that I had rented for my first month, it's right by a main road, so I've got traffic noise all the time, and I'm here to find inner peace. And we call it that we need time to reclaim our sovereignty. Some of the ideas that we talked about, we talk about them together, but when we're in front, it's like they pop up in my head and not so much in yours. So I'll just keep going. We are soulmates, and as soulmates, we really reflect each other's places of darkness that need to be brought to light. And it's come to a point where we've developed patterns, and we're kind of in, ruts, like grooves, but not good grooves, which are like ruts of behavior that we can't seem to break out of. And it's becoming a negative force. And it's not what we want, or maybe it's just perfect because we had to get to this point, and now what is meant to be is for us to reclaim our center and kind of our identity and how we want to move forward in the world and break these bonds of codependencies. If anybody has, studied codependency and the inner child and all the stuff we carry from our childhood, it makes for most relationships are rooted in codependencies.
Yeah. And we feel it now, we've done so much work that now we see when we're triggering each other, we can see that why it's happening. We can see these ruts that we just simply keep falling back into. We can pull ourselves out of them for a time, but for some reason, the wheels keep slipping back into these ruts, and we continue to cause each other a lot of pain, actually.
Yeah. And of course, we thought first we'd get a house together and we'd just allow each other to do our thing. Like at this point, after all those years, we need to get into our centers apart. And part of the healing of Dan's diet too is that since the first time kidney cancer in 2016, I was mega involved. Like all the doctor's appointments, the notes, studying for the food, and I was super involved. And this time for the last 15 months or 16, whatever it is, Dan has been really doing his research and he's finding his ways and what he wants to do. And I'm an empath, so I have high compassion. So I love caring for other people. But at the same time, right now, it's intermingled with codependency. So there's a thing where I'm not letting him have his own power. And you need time to...
Well, I need time to focus on what is going to keep me alive, essentially. I've been doing a lot of studying about diet and surviving stage 4 cancer, and I'm at the average on the bell curve of where people die. The doctor said, it's 18 months from when they're diagnosed is when the majority of people perish from it. I need the time to focus on that and figure out how that's going to work in the long term. The Dan and Annie show, I'm going to start posting. It's going to be a little clunky at first because I have to learn editing and I have to learn all my lighting and all of my how to shoot the videos and all of that stuff. But this is where I'm going to be posting all of the stuff I'm learning about how I'm keeping myself alive as a stage 4 cancer patient that there is no chemo treatment for.
I need to heal my stuff. For me, it's the doing. For 9 years, it's been one crisis after another, and handling immigration and the executorship and moving all the time. That's all me, looking at places to live, resetting a nest, redoing. And it's been doing, crisis, doing. And I know that if I want to evolve and do something more with my life, I need to start being. I'm coming here to be in silence, to meditate, and let like the guidance come from the source rather than from my thinking and my need for doing and my ego or my inner child, whatever. That's keep find solution. You can do this, push harder, do more videos, do this. I need to get away from that. And I know that living in Colorado, that going to work and everything that's going on between us and the health and my health, it's not conducive. We can't break the patterns.
Right. And my growth is on the flip side of that, where I'm, a master at just being, but can be taken too far, where I just want to just be, and I don't do enough doing in order for us to get us to the next level of our lives. If I ever want to give up working in telecom, I have to focus my mind on building the next phase, building the next business, or building the next phase of our lives. I need to be more focused on doing that. And unfortunately, because of our patterns, in order for me to do that, to break away from the just being into more doing, I need to be alone to do that. I need my own time, my own space, my own tools, and I need to be with myself and motivate myself, because nobody's going to be able to motivate me to do these things besides myself. And that's I think that's true for everybody.
Yeah. And right now it's like if we're together, we're not letting each other do that. And every time one of us has a burst of enthusiasm to start, there's a pattern that comes in, and it's like, oh.
And we can't move forward like that.
Yeah. So it's been a hard decision. It's been 6 weeks that have been quite trying. And, it's an accumulation of the last 15 months of intensity and the last 9 years of intensity, where there has not been time for neither of us to actually just stop. Every time we had some moment off, we'd run to the mountain, drive 6 hours in the day and go to a beautiful place and then come back. We haven't stopped. And this way, we're going to give ourselves that. We actually don't know what it's going to look like after the summer. On a level, we believe that we are meant to continue our lives together and to do great things together. But it's actually not a certainty. I guess it depends if our individual healings brings us back together, which we feel is a good probability.
Right.
But it could be not that. It could be that we realize that this has brought us what it needs to and that we're going to move forward. So that's scary. Dan's leaving in a couple hours back. We're driving to Phoenix Airport, and he's going to fly back to the Airbnb that he rented in Fort Collins, Colorado. With everything that's happened, I've developed a habit of being afraid. I see it in me, and it's like, oh my God, you're always afraid. And I'm tired of being afraid. And the only way of not being afraid is finding my peace and my safety within, with God. So I have to work on that too. And
right.
That's super important.
Yeah. And I think that one of the key points about that is one of the teachers that we're listening to right now, Kyle Cease. And he has, in one of the meditations that we've been doing, I know I've been doing regularly.
Yeah, me too.
He talks about the knowing and the not knowing. It's the not knowing what's next and being okay with it, and knowing that it's all going to work out no matter what. Not knowing the details, but knowing that it's going to work out no matter what it looks like.
Yeah.
So one of his quotes, I don't know what's going to happen next, and I love that.
Yeah.
I know it's going to work out for my or our best interest.
Evolution.
It's evolution. It's evolving, the knowing that the universe is going to support us no matter what. No matter what our choices are, the universe is going to support us.
So big decisions, here we are, stressed about the fact that I'm out of this place in a week, and I'm actually going to have to meditate more this week and search less. Because in the past, I've always push, reach out, send emails, contact people, try to get a deal and all that. And even though I'm tempted to do it again the same way, because it's what I know, that knowing is telling me do less, connect more.
And let it come to you, right? Instead of doing 100 uninspired actions, Wait and do 3 inspired actions and you'll get the results you're looking for.
Yeah. So that's that. And when we were coming up here, Dan had some thoughts like if after all this, we still are committed to each other and we feel like we are meant to, despite all the difficulties, we always felt that it's a sacred union that we have and we have a purpose together.
Mm-hmm.
If that's what happens on the other side.
I'm all for us building a life here in Sedona. We love Sedona.
Yeah.
Both of us have been here several times before we met, and then we actually met here. And then we've been here since then, and we lived here for 6 months during COVID, and we just love this place. It's a sacred place. And if we could build a life here together, that would feel good.
Yeah.
I'd be all for that.
That's where we're at, my friends. It's been crazy.
It's crazy.
It wasn't an easy decision.
No.
Lots of tears. I haven't slept in weeks. Like really hard decision. But we've actually in the last few days just came to a place of, okay.
Yeah.
Like,
and we're doing this, we're doing this lovingly.
Yeah.
That's the thing. We didn't want to do it, put our foot down and go our separate ways. In pain and anger, we wouldn't, that's not the way to do this. So we're doing it lovingly and optimistically, and we don't know what's next, and we love that.
Don't know what's next, and I love it. I don't know what to do, and I love it. I don't know what's going to happen, and I love it. It's hard to say.
Exactly. But I think that's a key. I really do.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, this is our time. Almost time to get you off to the airport.
Yeah.
And I have to go meditate so that the ride home comes to me.
Okay, it will. I'm sure of it.
So this is us signing off for now as Dan and Annie. I'm going to add one thing.
Okay.
I know it's a little long, but next week is our 9th-year anniversary. And the number 9 is the end of a cycle. So we think it's very significant and meaningful that it is the end of a cycle. Doesn't have to mean that the new beginning is apart, but the way we have been together for 9 years is coming to an end next week. And we're actually not going to be together for the first time on our anniversary. And we love that.
Don't know what that's going to feel like, but I love it.
Yeah. So, a new beginning, new cycle, year 1, coming next week.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
We'll be in touch. Love you, folks.
Love you.
See you down the road.